We're going to share perspectives with you on the project side and on the product side when it comes to how you organize and do the work in these different types of setups. And I have Frank with me here, who's going to start sharing around the project side.
This is one of the basic things, I believe. If you want to become a product organization, you really have to change the way you're organized. And unfortunately, what we see in many organizations is that you don't. So you stick to the old ways of organizing, and then you are trying to do products, and that's going to fail. Typically, in a project organization, you have a line. So you have groups of people who are reporting to the same line manager. It could be a functional line manager. And then whenever you want to do something, you create a temporary project organization. So you appoint a project manager, and that person then go around and assemble a group of people with whatever skill sets are believed to be necessary. So that would be across the entire organization. So this is sometimes called a matrix organization. The real problem, or the underlying problem, is that you might not only be assigned to one project. You might be working on several projects at the same time. So you are 0 point something allocated to one and 0 point something allocated to another, and so on and so forth. So where are you going to put your time? What are you going to prioritize? And because it's so intertwined, it's going to be prone for delays. And delays we know will happen. So as soon as some delay happens in some project, it just has a domino effect on the rest of the projects the organization is doing.
Also, if you organize like this, it's really hard to switch towards becoming more agile, getting higher speed in your organization, because everything you have to do or can do is just push more work to the people. It's really, really hard. It's also hard to get an overview over the value, the customer experience, how you deliver something and how it works. And we've talked about those things in the other videos that we have. So feel free to dive into those topics around that. But so on the other side here, on the product side, you form teams that can actually have a shared goal. And that's the key trick to become more product oriented. And that goal that the team has, then you bring work to the teams within that goal and that area. It could be a business area, it could be a part of the customer journey, it could be something that you're focusing on strategically. So you always bring work to the teams. You don't bring people to different projects, which means people can focus, people can work together on more unclear topics that are more strategic, more unknown, more discovery, more innovation. And what you see here in the picture as well is that we have a shared backlog. So you can have a team backlog and you can have a shared backlog. And on the shared backlog could be stuff that's maybe surrounding things that we have to collaborate on. And then you slice it in shared release goals, which means you can get stuff out faster and all teams could participate in working on that. But they can also have their own strategic goal that they work on over a period of time, which then should be connected to the strategy of the organization. Where do we want to go and what are the things we should focus on? So if you think about business case that you might have in your organization, here the team are the business cases. So a business case is kind of put on a team over a longer period of time. And then you can see that they actually bring some value to the organization without understanding all the details beforehand. So it makes everything easier and people can really contribute.
And it's also important to understand that the people in those two organizations are the same. And the work the organization would like to do is the same. So people are the same, the work is the same, it's just organized differently. In a product organization, we'd like to have stable teams, and each team has only one list of work. So it's very easy for them to see what is most important right now, what should we be working on now. So just by organizing differently, you solve a lot of problems.
And of course, many times line managers, they get a little bit of a different kind of type of work that they're doing. They're not responsible for the actual delivery anymore. They're responsible for the people. So they coach people, they grow capabilities within their people, and their people could be across different teams, or sometimes you could be a line manager for one team or several teams. But it's a little bit, you slice up the actual responsibilities for managers and give away the responsibility for delivery to the team and the product owner. So it's a little bit of a different setup here, which makes it easier to do a good job as well. It lowers the stress, and you focus on one thing and collaborating with other managers in cross-functional leadership teams. So you need each other to do the work in a good way.
So in the project organization, we have a lot of complexity. So we need project managers and line managers to actually try to understand the maze of projects, how they intertwine and how we're going to deliver. And it's the impossible game of Tetris. So by going to a product organization with stable teams and one backlog per team or one shared backlog, we take out a lot of complexity. So we allow the line managers to actually focus on being managers. So rather than manage performance, they can focus on enabling performance.
And for those who want to start moving from a line and project organization towards products, starting with one backlog, as we've said, is one good start, and then see, can you form teams around maybe these deliveries, and who needs to actually collaborate to deliver on this. But one shared backlog is great, and then shared release goals, where you actually slice from a customer and business value. That's how you get things out quicker in your organization. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you again.
Have a good one. Bye for now.